Hello, everybody. How you doing this morning? Welcome once again to our daily dose of English. If you don't know what the daily dose is, if you're new to my channel, the Daily Dose Project is a project where every day I sent you an expression, a phrasal verb, and a business vocabulary. And the idea is to help advanced English speakers, English students, to get a little more fluent and a little more native-like in their conversations. Today, we have the expression, go on a wild goose chase. Go on a wild goose chase. We have the phrasal verb call off, and we have the business vocabulary increase. And at the end of the podcast, I'm going to talk to you about something that will make you sound more fluent dramatically if you start implementing that. It's what I call short answers. So stick around and let's get started. The expression of the day today is the expression to go on a wild goose chase. To go on a wild goose chase. Well, to go on a wild goose chase is an expression that Americans use when you have to do something that is meaningless, something that is pointless, right? Something that will have no effective results. So when you do something that's not important or it's irrelevant, I could just say, oh, come on, guys, we're going into a wild goose chase. It means that we're going to spend a lot of time, waste a lot of energy and resources for something that will have or will bring us no effective results. So that's the idea of the expression to go on a wild goose chase. So I could say, okay, guys, if we do this now, we're going to go into a wild goose chase and it's not going to work. It's not going to help anybody, right? So every time you have to do something meaningless, something pointless, something that will have no effective results whatsoever, okay? The phrasal verb of the day today is the phrasal verb call off. Call off. Now, the phrasal verb call off is a very interesting phrasal verb. It basically means to cancel a meeting or cancel an appointment or an event or whatever it is. So it's a different way. It's a different, perhaps more fluent like to use the verb cancel. So I could send you a message or an email or even call you and I could say, okay, guys, I'm sorry, but we have to call off the meeting because I had a problem. Call off the meeting, right? I had a problem and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend the meeting. So you can call off a meeting, an appointment, an event, whatever it is, you can use that phrasal verb to call off. Okay, so you could say that the event has been called off because of the weather. I don't know. The event has been canceled because of the weather. All right? For the business vocabulary of the day, we have the verb increase. So when you increase something, you make something greater, you make something bigger in size or in numbers. You can increase the price of a product. You can increase the productivity of a team. You can increase the number of people on your team. So it's to make something bigger or greater. You can increase the sales. Let's say that you haven't been selling enough. You can get together with the team and say, guys, we need to increase the sales. We need to increase the prices of our products or whatever it is. I hope you get that. Now, the final tip of the day, it is something that I call short answers. And short answers they're something that are going to make you sound more fluent just by implementing a simple change on your conversation practice. For example, if somebody asks you a question like, do you speak English? Normally, what happens is people from Latin America, specifically people from Brazil, they will say, yes, I speak. And that is very weird. It sounds very weird to a native speaker. So when people ask you a question using the verb do, you normally respond using the verb do. So for example, do you speak English? Yes, I do. If you want to complement your answer, if you want to add to your answer, it's okay, but first you give the short answer. So, do you speak English? Yes, I do. I speak English very well. You can do that. What you cannot do is to say, yes, I speak. It's very common for me as a teacher. I ask a student a question, for example, do you like pizza? And normally what a student will say is, yes, I like. And that is wrong. It sounds wrong. So, do you like pizza? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can stop here at yes, I do, or you can move forward, right? Now, this technique can be used with all the verbs in English. So, for example, are you a doctor? Yes, I am, right? Yes, I am. Is she a teacher? Yes, she is, right? You can use it with whatever verb. For example, if I say, did you watch the movie yesterday? Don't respond, yes, I watched, because that sounds very broken. It sounds very weird. So, did you watch the movie yesterday? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And then compliment your answer. So, yes, I did. I thought it was a great movie. You can do that, but the short answer first, it will make you instantly sound better. So, can you swim? You respond, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Don't say, yes, I swim. You say, yes, I can, right? So you always use the object of the question, the auxiliary verb or the modal verb or the verb to be, right? So will you call me tonight? Yes, I will. That's how you respond. Yes, I will. That simple change is going to make you sound better, right? So if it's a present perfect question, for example, have you seen the new movie? Have you been, whatever it is, you respond, yes, I have, right? The only thing, though, is you have to be careful to be consistent with the question. So, for example, if I ask you a question using the verb do, for example, do you speak English? Don't respond, yes, I am, because that doesn't make any sense. You have to be consistent with the question. If I'm using do, you use do. If I'm using will, you use will. If I'm using a present perfect, have you say, yes, I have. I hope you like this podcast. This is the end of today's episode. And if you like what I'm doing, please, I can't ask you enough. Please share this podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can go to my YouTube channel by clicking on the link and then subscribe to the channel where you will see all the other Daily Dose podcasts. As I said in the beginning of this episode, every day we talk about an expression, a phrasal verb, and a business vocabulary. So please feel free to share with your friends, your family, work colleagues, and let's try to get this message out to everyone who needs or who's looking for advanced English tips. All right? I really appreciate, guys. I wish you a good day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.